what you're thinking, the old bait and switch. Okay, yep, the last part of last week was all about setting goals and managing the sales force's performance. But didn't want to tip you off too soon because, quite frankly, the material dovetailed nicely into the first part of last week. Now this week is going to be a little bit different because we're going to finish up the sales process, but we're also going to move on to a section which many of you might find a little more daunting and challenging. It's called measurement, and basically you're going to get out there and figure out how do we actually measure and see if the sales training we're providing is actually working. Okay? Well, that's a good question. All right, so how do you motivate and reward salespeople? Okay, what motivates you? Why do you want to do a good job? Is it because you feel self-fulfilled? Is it because you get a great bonus at the end of the year if you do a great job? Is it because you might have a promotion next year or get an increase in salary? Again, there are many different factors which motivate people. And the sales manager has to understand this and basically tailor the reward system to the efforts put forth by the sales team. Okay? Now it sounds like a simple thing, however, if you're one sales manager in charge of 20 different reps in 3 different regions, you can think about all the different variables that you need to consider. What works for one rep over here might not work for the 3 others over here in this part of the state. So again, it's up to the sales manager, that poor person in his or her office, staying up late at night, taking abuse from senior management, fielding complaints from his or her staff. I mean, think about it. Look at me. Look what it did to me. It drove me to teach. But anyway, enough about me. All right, and we're going to finish up by turning customer information into sales knowledge. Now, what does that really mean? Okay, it means taking all of this great stuff behind me and putting it into the database and then coming out with what we call qualified leads. So you don't just pick up a phone and go through the yellow pages or the white pages anymore and make cold calls. You actually know who you're going to be calling, and you have some information about them. Now, when you go to buy something online, did you ever wonder why when you go to Amazon.com, if you're a return customer, on one part of the screen they might have suggestions for you? And lo and behold, some of those things might actually be appealing to you. Well, how do you think they do that? They use their database and they use that information to turn it into knowledge to basically make pitches to you based on your past purchases, which hopefully will shape your future behavior. It's all insidious, but it all works. And the sales manager has to be on top of that to know what type of information to look for and what is relevant to his or her sales force. So hopefully you're going to really enjoy this material. Again, another case analysis. Again, another discussion. By now you should be able to do these in your sleep. We look forward to reading them, either myself or your instructor, and we wish you nothing but good luck the rest of the way.